card, the star is in tarot because of the hope and the healing and the renewal. When it comes to forgiveness, it encourages to let go of past hurts and embrace the sense of renewal. It invites us to trust the process of healing and to open up to forgiveness for both ourselves and for others. It's a very positive, uplifting card with highlights, and with that star energy today, that's exactly what we're doing. With the Judgment card, I'm just going to go off of my spirit because I had written out a whole bunch of, I studied really hard for this, but I've written out a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm just getting the vibe that Spirit just wants me to be me. So I'm going to ignore my notes, and we're going to go with what's happening in the spirit. With the Judgment card, the anger that we had from being rented and ravaged and drugged through the mud, it changes you. It's like a stain on your brain from the negative of others. It's like they leave a stamp on you when they hurt you. That's where the energy transfer comes from for the energy vampire. That's where the control comes from for the narcissist. It's like your mind in the spirit. It's a seal. And so with that judgment, you become angry because you're not allowed in your own body, in your own mind. You feel like you're not allowed to move forward because of the experience you had. And so with judgment, it begins to fester inside of you, and you begin to start looking at the person really dark and really negative. And what that does is it becomes like a cancer, and you start looking at yourself really dark and really negative because of this experience. And so it doesn't allow you to open up to your current partner because you have all this animosity, and you're wondering, why am I snapping at her for no reason? What's going on? Like, there's nothing wrong. What am I doing? And you start awakening, and the Judgment card is here today to trigger those memories, to bring back, to kind of convict us of the times where we could have moved in love, and instead of giving love, we chose unforgiveness, we chose pride, we chose wrath, we chose judgment. And it's not because of the person that's in front of us. It's because of the experiences that we've been through. And so in order to love someone truly and correctly, and in order to give your heart out of generosity, in order to actually let the person have all of you. See, that's honestly what being a partner is. You're so intimate that you let them have every single part of you, and they, you. So this exchange right here, this Six of Cups energy, it comes with an innocence. It comes with this purity. It comes with this naive love, like if you forget that you can have your heart broken. And that's where Spirit's trying to get us back to, because if you can't love your partner fully, if you can't pour your heart into them fully, what are you doing there? Like, really, you're wasting their time. And this is someone who's tried their hardest to change. It's someone who's doing their hardest to support you financially, to support you spiritually, to be there for you when you need a shoulder to cry on, to encourage you, to remind you you're the king of the city. You own everything. You do everything that like you're worthy of your higher. There's nothing you can do to stop me from loving you. And that unconditional love comes from getting unforgiveness out of the way so that you and your partner can clear the path and push through to this Six of Cups energy. Six is harmony, balance. And with the cups, it's the harmony and the balance of your emotions in your relationship. You guys are a healthy couple. And I'm telling all of you in the collective this. You guys are a healthy couple, and you may not see it, you may not believe it, but it's mainly due to the unforgiveness. Unforgiveness is one of the hardest. I mean, it's like one of the most extreme mountains you have to climb, because you have to actually tangibly hold the event with you as you're forgiving. You have to actually see the person in front of you and tell them, I forgive myself for being angry at you. I forgive you for the outlying circumstances and the innerlying circumstances that caused you to behave the way you did. to help ruin our situation, to help ruin our relationship. When you cheated on me, this is how it made me feel, and I'm sorry for being so angry. I'm sorry for moving in wrath, because the truth is I love you unconditionally. There's nothing in the world that's going to take this love away. I've tried to walk away. I've tried to disconnect spiritually. I've tried to stop thinking about you, but everywhere I go and everything I see is you, and it's been like that since the day I met you, and nothing's going to change that. So here I am for you, in service to you. As a partner, I'm offering you my forgiveness. Please forgive me for being angry at you. I know that whatever actions are their actions, it's water under the bridge. It's the past. I'm here to help you love me the way I deserve to be loved. And I'm here to ask you to let me open your heart, to love you the way that you deserve to be loved. That's what being in a relationship and forgiveness looks like. It's not something that, you're throwing things in people's face. It's not where you're like, well, I forgive you for specific this and that. No, you don't need to point anything out. Why are you going to stir up old dust when you've already let the dust settle? And if you're spiritually, truly honest with yourself in the mirror, why are you going to sabotage yourself by sabotaging your partner? You guys are both one, and it's like you're stabbing yourself in the knee, and so you can't get anywhere because you're not forgiving them. Okay? It's like, do you remember who you fell in love with? We're here judging them like they forgot about us because of the mistakes they made, but we're in the same position. We're being selfish. We're not thinking about them as well. And so once you introduce thinking about both sides in the couple with forgiveness, it manifests. You don't have to worry about your partner and what your partner's doing spiritually. All you got to do is reach out to Spirit and let them know, I'm putting in the work today, Spirit. My heart hurts. What we've experienced as a couple, it's painful, but I love this person and I can't stop loving them. I've tried and I'm not going to try anymore because I love them unconditionally, and why should I take that from myself? What I want to do is the work. How do I forgive them, Spirit? Show me how to forgive them. What do I do? Do I make them breakfast unexpectedly? Do I ask them for help so that they can remember how much I need them? Do I just hold their hand when they're angry at me? Do I just stare at them in their eyes with all the love in the world when we're together? It's like, remember why you're with this person. Don't steal from yourself. The lie of unforgiveness is that you're going to have power, but there's no power in being angry and wrathful with anyone. There's no power in judging anyone. The power of it is the outside forces win because they're pulling apart something that Almighty put together, something that Spirit and universe brought together and orchestrated. It's a love. It's a caring for yourself more than the circumstance. I mean, circumstances are temporary. When you're connected to someone, the purpose of being connected to someone is so that you can get from circumstance to circumstance to circumstance with help, so that you're not alone, you see? And what you're doing, honestly, is you're taking for granted the part that you don't see when you're in unforgiveness. You're not alone. You can ask that person to help you too. Hey, this is how I feel, babe, and I love you with all my heart, and I don't want to feel this way. Can you tell me your side? Can you help me understand why this happened? Can you comfort me? Can you console me? Even if you just say, sorry, I don't know, but here I am for you. Let's work it out, babe. Let's get it together. Let's go take a walk. Let me have your hand. Let me remember how it feels to have you, how it feels to know that you're there with me, that we're not alone. Yes, this is a problem, but baby, we're going to have many problems. And I forgive you, and I'm going to always forgive you, because you're always going to forgive me, because you haven't left me yet. You're right here still. Even though I've been angry and acting like a total crazy bitch, you're still right here. You still pay my bills. My light bill's still paid. There's still food in my favorite coffee mate is there, baby, because you bought it this morning. And I love you, and I'm sorry. Please forgive me for taking our relationship for granted. What do we need to do? Do we need to ignore it? Do we need to move forward? Do we need to just have it out? What do we need? Do you want to wrestle in the mud? I'm joking, but it's just change the dynamic with your conversation, with your vulnerability. The reason why you have a partner is for vulnerability. Wow. Let's just think about that real quick. The reason why we have a partner is for vulnerability. You know, the world and everything is coming against us, but when I get home, my baby's gonna hold me. I'm gonna be able to let my baby know today was hard, babe. I don't know how I did it, but I made it home to you. And all I kept thinking all day is it's gonna be okay, because when I get home, my baby's gonna have dinner ready for me. We're gonna watch our favorite show together. We're gonna get on TikTok. You know, we're gonna eat cookies. We're gonna pray before we go to bed. Whatever, like, it's something you look forward throughout the day, because you have that. And so forgive yourself for taking things for granted. Get in position to forgive your partner. Right now I'm gonna get into an oracle deck. And I found this by accident last night, last minute. Yesterday I meant to do the live, but I was feeling a little under the weather, and also I take care of my dad, so sometimes my schedule changes, and I apologize for that. I'd like to be more consistent for my collective, so I'm working on that. Please forgive me. Part of the lesson. But when you are attacked or something happens negative, when someone says the wrong word, you become triggered. And the reason why is because you haven't resolved any forgiveness for, you know, the people that have hurt you when you were a child, the kids in high school, the guys on the football team, whatever it is that's traumatized you. You're going to become triggered every time you hear a certain word, every time you smell a certain smell, because you haven't done the work. And now I don't care how spiritual you are, if you're levitating 6 feet off the ground, I don't care if your glow looks like a neon sign. When someone says A, B, C, D, E, F, G, it's going to trigger you. And all your magic, all your hard work is going to dissipate. It's going to become flat because you're letting that trigger invade you. And so the trick is to break the cycles. We got breaking cycles. The trick is to break the cycle. It's like, if you go through it one time, just put yourself through it, tough it out, grind your teeth, pull up your big boy pants, put your Timberlands on and your hat and your hoodie. You know what I'm saying? You just buck up and go through it one time. That's the hardest it's gonna be. It's like, you're gonna break the cycle once and the cycle's gonna be broken. And so every time after that, it's gonna get easier. Man, thank you, Spirit, for that revelation. I really needed that. There's some things that I'm trying to break through right now. And it's an amazing revelation that just pushing through the first time is going to get you so much farther than just holding on to unforgiveness and waiting for you to be triggered the next time and the next time. And you're in a relationship. When you're triggered, your partner's triggered. If you don't break that cycle, you're going to keep triggering your partner to keep triggering you. There's going to become more unforgiveness and more unforgiveness. You're going backwards, babe. You're going the wrong way. Like, let it go. Like I said just a second ago, get with your partner. Have the spiritual and the adult maturity in a relationship to be vulnerable enough and honest enough with your partner. And if they act the way they act, you can't control how people act. But you got spirit, and at least you know you put forth the effort. And what that's going to do, later on when they're by themselves, if they dismiss you, if they don't take you serious, if they, like, yeah, babe, you say this all the time, like, we're still together, it's 20 years later, like, come on. You know, if they have that complacent attitude, it's okay, because you put the seed forth. You did the work legitimately. And so when you do the work with true intentions, when you take that trigger, you throw it down. When you break that cycle and you throw it down, you get to a place of strength where you let it go on your own. And you understand, me letting it go on my own, whether my partner is in sync or not, is sowing the seed to our relationship. And if I get through this challenge, then they're going to get through that challenge. And guess what Spirit's doing on the other side? You may not see it, you may not hear it, but while they're at work, when they're with their mom, Spirit's going to say the same things. Spirit's going to put them in line with your needs, because they're your counterpart. They're supposed to be the giving to your receive. They're supposed to be the receive to your giving. So it's like your inner child starts to be healed as you work on forgiving people. I'm not telling you, because this is very dangerous territory. Let me clear the air for what I'm trying to do spiritually. I'm not trying to bring up all these memories and jog your PTSD and put you in a place of trauma where you're reliving everything that you have to forgive. That's not what we're doing here. Specifically, what we're doing here is relationship work. So if you're with someone and they've cheated on you, or they lusted after another person, or maybe they called you a bitch in front of people, or maybe they humiliate you in front of their mom, whatever it is, that's what we're talking about here. We're not talking about past baggage. That's what your therapist is for. Uncle Gigi wishes that he had all that knowledge and strength for you, but he's still learning himself. So back to the point. What we want to do is get to a place where we're unbothered, where we know and trust in spirit and in our spiritual work. We know we did the work. You know, we prayed about it. We talked to our partner about it. We've actually done the work of getting into our shadow work, and in our meditation and prayers, we're like, I forgive everybody who's angry with me, and I forgive everyone who I have anger with. Please open me up to forgiving myself. I forgive my partner for every past thing, and don't name it. Like, what are you doing to yourself? Like, don't feel sorry for yourself. We're releasing. Keep that in the back of your mind. We're releasing here. Hold on, I'm having a service interruption. Anyways, so back to my point. Don't name everything. When you're praying or meditating and you're releasing, let spirit know, I forgive my partner for everything they've done to me. You know what they've done. They know what they've done. Spirit knows what they've done. There's no need to hurt yourself again. So it's like, go through the process. Let those thoughts pass by you. Don't grab them and hold them. Let them keep going. Stay your course. So you keep praying and confessing and meditating. You know, forgive me for being angry with my partner because I forgive them for what they've done for me. Can you please move me in a place where they'll forgive me for everything I've done wrong, for the ways I've reacted? I'm clearing the air spiritually, Spirit. Help me clear the air spiritually so that I can move forward with love. I feel distant from my lover right now. I feel scared. I don't feel protected, and I need that feeling. They make me feel safe. They're the one I love. I want them to hold me, and I want to feel safe and know that I can trust this person again. You know, I'm never going to leave them. There's nothing that they can do to make me leave them. So please show me how to forgive. And as you leave that there, you know, don't take it with you. What are you going to, like, why are we going to work so hard in the shadow and the spirit and take it with us? That's the time where you lay it down at your altar. Here's my situation. This is what I want. I don't know if I'm deserving of it, but Spirit, help. You know, show me, make, like, have your way in my life and move what you need to move to help me get to this place of forgiveness, because ultimately I want to forgive myself. Because ultimately I act out angrily and snappy, and I say these wrong things because I haven't honestly forgiven myself. And what I'm doing is avoiding the work of forgiving myself by blaming others. And yes, I forgive them, but it's my excuse to keep hiding behind it instead of forgiving myself. You see how Spirit starts opening you up deeper and deeper and deeper. And then once you're in a strong place of forgiveness, then when your memories of your past PTSDs and all that, and you're with your therapist, it trickles over, and you're able to easily forgive other people too. So when it comes to that relationship, you know, I want you guys to please remember that, you know, it's not something we take for granted. You know, it's not something that we overlook. We know that having a relationship and having a partner is one of the most precious gifts from Spirit and ultimately from God Almighty. And so we want to treat it like that. We want to treat it as such. We want to take the time to actually heal ourselves and get to a place of strength, because we know that when we're connected with our partner, whatever work we do spiritually, because we're connected, is going to manifest in them as well. And they're going to begin to have the same desires. Just like if you like Rocky Road ice cream, and when you first went out, they're like, I don't really like marshmallows. But over time, you guys have just been sitting in the couch, riding in the car, doing your thing as a couple. You're at the park and you got your Rocky Road. You're at the restaurant, you're like, can I have Rocky Road? And he's like, yeah, babe, get some Rocky Road, you know. And this time, guess what? He sits next to you, and you guys only got one bowl, and you got 2 spoons, you got 2 cherries, you see? And you're sitting there feeding each other Rocky Road. And it's like, babe, I thought you didn't like Rocky Road. And he's like, I don't really, but babe, when When you give it to me, it tastes so good. There's just something different about it when you serve it to me. I like it. You know, I like the crunchiness, the sweetness, and the smoothness of the marshmallows all of a sudden. But babe, only when it's you, okay? And so like, you start moving into these different realms with each other because of that forgiveness. You open that loving, soft vulnerability that you guys deserve to have with each other. And I don't feel like this is a personal opinion. I don't feel like you should share that with just everyone. If you're in an open relationship, that's why I said that. There's different dynamics, and I'm not here to judge anybody. I've been in an open relationship. I understand how different things work, so I'm speaking to my collective. I'm being real. If you're in an open relationship, you know it works a little different, and you got to do things the way that you do them. But I'm speaking on a different level. Most of the collectives are one-on-one. They only have one partner. They're committed to one partner, and that's the thing. It's the secret between them. It's the secret song that they only know about. It's the secret moment when they first kissed. It's the secret moment when they first locked eyes. That's the vulnerability. That's what the forgiveness protects. You know, you're not, like, we got to stop being angry with our partners and judging them because we're ripping away our life source. It's like we've been given a partner and someone to help us get through this horrible, hard test. And it's like you're making it harder. Like, don't you want to bring things into line so that you can have that support and that hug again, that warmth when you're out in the world? When you have a partner and you guys are in line with each other and there's no unforgiveness and you're moving in strength and you guys are just loving on each other, when you leave the house, they're still with you, baby. You still feel them. You're still smiling about them. And tell me I'm lying. I dare you to tell me I'm lying for those of you in love. I dare. You know I'm telling you the truth. You know you're at work and you're like, damn, I can't wait to get home. Like, I just want to feel my baby hug me. Like, let me get on my task. Let me go home early today. Let me kill it. It's that energy. And so that's what we're protecting by forgiveness. It goes back to forgiveness. It's the, like I said, it's the last speed bump before we get to the good part, before the good stuff starts filling our cup. So right now I want to move forward with a color exercise. I kind of had everything all prescribed, but we're not doing that. Right now we're going to do what we're led to do. So I'm going to pull out some colors and let's see how they associate with forgiveness today for the collective. Thank you, Spirit. So we have creativity. We have rest. Oh, I see it now. Thank you, Spirit. And we have consciousness. We have purple, which is creativity. We have green, which is love, heart chakra. And we have gray. For me, gray is the combination of black and white, light and dark, above and below, inner and outer, mind and spirit, heart and flesh. So with the gray being the consciousness, I feel like, thank you guys for all the likes and all that. Man, I appreciate you guys. But for consciousness, I feel like there's, like what we've just spoken about, there needs to become a time where we get in spirit and balance our energy and move up. I don't know if you can see it because the card's kind of glossy, but there's 3 circles and it's like you're climbing with Kundalini energy to the crown chakra. And so that's what I see for the relationship. It's like an outlined example. There's a big mess and you clean it up a little. There's a little bit less of a mess and you clean it up a little. There's a little bit less of a mess and you clean it up a little until you refine, and it's in your consciousness that you do that. It's a choice. It's not in your subconscious. It's in the front. It's in your mind. It's something that you continue to apply. It's a daily exercise. It's a defending of your relationship. It's a knowing and an awareness. Hey, this spirit, if I take this anger from work with me home, guess what? We're probably going to be fighting tonight. So I'm upset at my boss. Let me take a walk and forgive my boss and forgive myself for being angry so I don't go home and infect my baby, because tonight we're supposed to watch Pose, and we're supposed to watch, whatever show you watch together. Walking Dead, whatever, And I really like those shows. And I feel like after the day I had, he doesn't deserve for me to be shitty. And I don't deserve to have to sit there and think about this problem all night. So let me take about 5 minutes, 5 extra minutes of my own time before I go home. I'm going to go around the block an extra time. So I can ask Spirit to help me forgive myself for being angry at my boss. And I can ask Spirit to actually help me and start moving the other parts that I can't actually put my hands on, so that I can release this problem and forgive myself for being angry, at my boss. I'm not a kid. This is a job. I'm not here to every day is not going to be my favorite. So as an adult, as a responsible adult, I'm going to go ahead and just meditate right here in the car for a minute. Spirit, help me. Help me forgive. Help me forgive myself. Help me let it go, because my baby's waiting at home. It's time to eat. And then you go back home and you're like thinking about food and your baby and what you're going to do this weekend, and you're not thinking about your boss, and it doesn't plague you all weekend, and it doesn't infect your environment. You're not mad and snappy at your baby. They're not responding to you with any negative replies. It stops the whole process. That one thing with your boss could have ruined your whole weekend, and because you took the extra few minutes to forgive yourself for being angry, to forgive the other person because you knew you didn't want to take that unforgiveness home, because what you're doing at home is greater. What you're doing at home is protecting your forgiveness. And it's like you're not going to bring gasoline into the fire. You're trying to bring water, right? You're trying to bring intuition and healing of your emotions, right? You're not trying to stir up the problem. So a lot of us need to reflect on our own behavior. I'm feeling convicted. We need to look at how we respond to things right away. And that's where the next card comes in. Heart chakra, green, rest. You need to, like I said a few minutes ago, we need an extra 5 minutes, take it. If we need to rest our mind for a minute, go to the bathroom. Babe, I got to go to the bathroom real quick. Sit there for a few minutes and actually just meditate. You don't always have to go pee to go to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Like, take a minute. You're allowed to just take a minute. I release all this anxiety. I know I'm on the toilet, but my favorite song just happens to be playing on the speaker. I feel the ease of you, Spirit. I'm sorry that I got triggered at what they said. Let me go back out there. And you walk back out there with your babe and you're like, babe, let's take a nap. Let's get some rest. Oh, I'm not really tired, babe. Yeah, I know, babe, but I feel like I need you to comfort me right now. I need to be protected right now. All right, babe, let's go take a nap. And together you guys rest. And instead of blowing up and acting all Shaniqua and, Miss Thang and Rosa Rita Beans ladies, you're not some crazy lady. Like, you're not a crazy person. You're someone, you're a normal person that has the capacity and the knowledge and the wisdom to realize when it's time to forgive yourself and to forgive another person, because ultimately you're protecting your relationship. The last card was creativity. Spirit's just giving us an idea here with what to do when you guys can't get past that forgiveness. It's time to get creative. Figure out a way for you guys to build something together. Figure out a way for you to ask your partner for help and make it genuine. Don't be creating, like, don't hit the dog so the dog could cry so you guys have to take it to the vet. That's like what you want to do is wait for the right moment. Hey babe, can you help me like put this shelf up, because all my tarot cards they're just stacked on my desk, and I kind of feel it's unorganized. And when I'm trying to read, it kind of distracts me. And I know you're busy, and I know maybe you wanted to rest, but do you think maybe you could take a few minutes to help me real quick? I already got everything pulled out and lined up on the wall for you. It'll take you 5 minutes, and I'll make you your favorite meal if you want. And so he starts thinking about, damn, her tacos are fucking good. Like, hold on, babe. Let me put on my shoes real quick. You see, and get creative with the way that you reconnect with your partner. It's okay to be creative. That's why God gave you a mind. It's okay. You're not manipulating in that sense. In that instance, what you're doing is searching for a way of healing. It's searching for a way of reconnection. It's physically searching for your forgiveness. Whether they need to forgive you or you need to forgive them is irrelevant. If you see that they're angry at you, babe, forgive me. I don't know what I did, babe, but I see that you're bothered about something. And there's nothing in the world that I want than to see you in your most magical and abundant self. And I feel like if you're upset, it's going to take away from that beauty I see when you're painting. when you're singing, when you're writing. I watch you from afar, and I could just see the glow, and I'm so attracted to that, babe. And it's like they forget what they're even mad about, and they let it go. And it's like, dang, baby, you're being so nice today. I really needed that. I was having kind of a shitty mood, and I'm so glad you're always here with me, because you always know how to take me from 0 to 100 when it comes to love. You feel like going for a walk? You want to go to the thrift store? Because I kind of feel like I need, it's like, that's the kind of relationship that you want. That's the kind of relationship that you want to meditate about. And it all starts at forgiveness. I'm going to bring back to remembrance number 5, live number 5. It was heated. It was like, like, you're angry. You're ready to set things straight. And it's like Spirit gave us the power and the strength and the wisdom and the knowledge today to take that negative energy and to transmute it into forgiveness and healing for your relationship. Because ultimately, you're not here to tear your relationship apart. You're here to build it up together. So I feel like, let me take a look real quick. All right. I just have one last thing I want to do as far as this forgiveness collective. I want to ask Spirit what it is that we need to reflect on as a collective in real time with confirmation. Spirit, thank you. Please confirm this in them. I know I've gained a lot of wisdom today from what's going forth. As I'm learning, as you guys are learning, I'm learning with you. So it's awesome that I'm hearing things that I've never understood or spoken before that are finally clicking for me. And so right now, I let go of all animosity, all past relationships. I forgive everyone that's broken my heart. I know that they didn't do it intentionally. And I know that life is just life, and people have to let go sometimes. And so I forgive everyone that's broken my heart. I forgive everyone that's hurt me as a child. I forgive everyone that I'm angry with. I forgive myself for being angry with them. I want to have my slate wiped clean, Spirit. And I want to have my clarity clear, Spirit, so that I can move in my gift with wholeness, so that my collective can benefit from what it is that you've given me, the gift and the light that you've given me to share with all. It's yours, it's not mine. And I ask just to be a vessel to speak to the collective, that you would just use me to give them exactly what they need in this moment, Spirit. Please and thank you, Spirit. Please and thank you. Whoa. I'm not going to take all of the cards because a lot of them came out, but I am going to take 6 of them. Give me a second here. This is really heavy. This is really heavy. This is for someone who was treated as an option, who's having a hard time right now letting go. Spirit's telling me you're the wreath and the gold chalice. You're not an option. And that happened because you're being protected. And so Spirit wants you to take today's information and actually move and apply it with the Knight of Swords energy, and actually move in action, speaking to yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgive the other people, kind of like I just did a minute ago. Wow, thank you, Spirit. That's the example. So I know you're feeling like you're just one choice, but here's the thing, baby. Here's what Spirit's trying to show you. You're still on the shelf. You're still a gold chalice. You're still the wreath. You're the prize. And you can't just be had by anyone. You have to be chosen by another prize, baby. You're not filth. And they may have had filth, or they may have had a narcissism to them that may have hurt you. Even physically, we don't know. But Spirit wants you to know you're still the chalice. You're still the wreath. You're still the 6 of Wands. You're still that beautiful Empress. You own everything. You own your attitude. You own your environment. It's like, I want you to understand you're still able to be selected. Just because the person you want in this moment didn't select you doesn't mean that someone else doesn't want to select you. I feel like Spirit's letting me know they're on the way. But this exercise, this learning today is something that is not by chance that you're hearing. It's the exact roadblock that's in your way. And maybe it's your last roadblock. Maybe I kind of want to ask you to relook at the video when I repost it and kind of listen again to what you missed, because Spirit's telling me, especially for you, that this collective reading is for you. There's a lot of healing happening. This is within yourself. Today we got a lot of work done, and Spirit's confirming the male and the female, the inner child within us is being healed. The strength is coming together. You know, things are starting to make sense within yourself, within your spirit, within your mind, and especially within your heart. There's help. There's help that God Almighty is sending us, that Spirit is sending us to keep us in this action, to keep us in this practicality of actually speaking the words. Work on your throat chakra, babe. I speak my truth and it sets me free until it unlocks. This is the action card, the action of saying something, the action of having a fresh idea. The page, he's a rookie. He's learning. It's not that he's dumb. This is his first time at the rodeo. But guess what? He's still in the grandest robes. He's still got the dopest gown on. His sword is Gucci. You're still who you are. Nobody has taken anything from you. You're still the most precious gem in the world to Spirit, to God, and to yourself. And guess what? To someone else too, baby. They're on their way. What Spirit needs you to do is to continue to love yourself and forgive yourself for putting yourself through the torment of allowing yourself to feel lonely, because you're not alone. You're never going to be alone. You know, Spirit's just preparing you. And this is something that I understand from experience. All my brothers and sisters have been married, and I haven't. I'm 50 years old. All of them had girlfriends their whole life. I haven't. I'm the type of person that I couldn't really find someone that understood my craziness, my wackiness. And so I just always wouldn't take the time to forgive them. If they made a mistake right away, I would leave. Or I would find something wrong with them so that I felt like I was protecting myself from getting hurt. But the truth is, I was moving in unforgiveness, and I wasn't loving myself enough to let someone who really see me love me. And I was shortchanging myself because there was a couple of people that reached their hand out to me, and because I was so hurt, I wanted to with all my heart. I wanted to just let them love me, and I couldn't because I was so hurt. And you're blocking yourself from your own blessing when you don't forgive. I'm speaking on myself because that's the only experience and knowledge that I have regarding that. And so what I started doing was forgiving myself for being jealous, for being angry, for looking at other people like, damn, you have what I don't. But you know what, baby? You have what they don't. And they feel the same way about other people. That's how life is. It kind of motivates us to change and try to go after what we want. So we have to keep it into that perspective. We have to keep it into the perception of the truth, not our distorted, unforgiven perspective. So here's the good news that we're going to end with. We literally have good news. This literally is the good news for the collective, that we could take and examine, a look at ourselves and examine ourselves. You see how he's looking at his wand? It's like we're examining ourselves. Okay, where do I need to put this Band-Aid at? Because I see a little blood here. Oh, there's a bruise there. Let me put some cold peas on it. You know what? My head really hurts. Maybe I should rest. Confirmation with the green card. Rest again. Rest with your partner. And I'm talking spiritually. Give them a break. We tend to move in unforgiveness and get on their back. I need coffee. And you didn't throw the trash yet. And it's all because you're angry at them. And you didn't forgive yourself and ask them to forgive you for being angry. And they're going to be like, for what? And it's none of their business. If you want to tell them and start a fight, go ahead. But if you just want to let them know, hey, babe, I don't know. I was just being dumb. Like, I don't even know why I'm creating problems. The truth is, I feel like I need attention. Can you give me a little attention right now? I don't know why, like I'm being a baby, but babe, that's what I need right now. All right, babe, let's go take a nap. Let me hold you. You need to feel safe, babe? Come on. What do you want? You want an ice cream? You want some sodas? Lay down. Let me take care of you. Matter of fact, let me rub your feet, because you look like you have a little bit of tension. I want to be here for you, okay, babe? I forgive you for being mad, angry. I know that you're not trying to bring that energy to me, because I know how much you love me. You know, let's chill out. Rest, baby. Rest with your partner. Rest your mind. Rest your heart. Get out of the hamster wheel. Okay? Today is the day of healing. Upside down, the Three of Swords, and this was pulled. This was not prescribed. I just pulled this out. Spirit is in sync. Spirit is always in sync. Spirit is always going to show you confirmation in real time, 2 or 3 times. I won't be surprised if when you get off here, you go onto TV and there's an episode about forgiveness. I won't be surprised if you go to your mom's house and she's like, oh man, we were talking about forgiveness at church today. Babe, receive it. It's for you. Give yourself the freedom and the forgiveness to forgive others. Okay? That's the live for today for forgiveness. I kind of want to do some collective readings or readings. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments. I'm just going to do this. I'm not trying to charge you. Like, there's prices and stuff up there if you want to gift me or whatever, but that's out of the goodness of your heart. Right now, I feel like the collective needs a reading. If you have a question, I'm here for you. Page of Wands popped out again. So it looks like everything we learned today, we're going to passionately hold on to. I'm proud of you, collective. It makes me feel good that you guys actually sit in here through the whole live, that you actually listen, because it's not me doing this. I'm truly learning how to be a good partner. I'm not gonna talk about my past too much, but I was a horrible partner. I didn't know any better. I didn't have too good of an example. And at my life, the way I ran around when I was young as a raver, I didn't allow my mom and my stepdad or my dad to actually like raise me. I was too busy raving, you know, or being out in the streets and not really being home. So, you know, I kind of take responsibility for that. And I asked my parents to forgive me for judging them, for feeling like they didn't raise me the right way, because maybe if I gave them a chance, maybe if I stood home, I'd be a little more different and things would have worked out a little more different for me. But I understand as a vessel of the light that everything is predestined and everything made me who I am. So I'm grateful. I just love myself. 10 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. This card always makes me smile so big. I wish I could share why, but there's no bigger smile than that I get when I see this card, the 10 of Cups. The star energy. Keep moving forward in your hope, babes. If you guys have questions, I'm answering free questions. Just put it in the comments. Anyways, receive your healing today. Know that you're a star. Know that you're set up on high so you can shine. Keep that smile, babe. You got it in you. Okay? Let's see what else we have here for the collective. Thank you, Spirit. I got the Death card and the Empress. Wow. This is your transformation. This is your time to take off the robes of being a peasant, because that's not who you really are. That was judgment upon yourself. Okay? It's time to leave that peasant robe on the ground and to reveal what was always underneath, the Empress, your royal gown, your divinity. Truly, specifically, I don't do pregnancy readings, I don't do law readings, and I don't do really anything negative or something that would hurt anyone. I only share light, love, and positivity and healing. If you have any questions other than that, I'll be happy to answer them for free. And I do full readings. I'm not going to, like, just give you one card. This is the end of the live, so it's kind of an appreciation for people sticking it all the way through. So if you have any questions other than pregnancy, anything with the law, or anything like negative, then maybe I can help you. Relationships, jobs, kids, school, how my marriage life will be. It's been so rocky for 2 years. Okay, Chandy, let me pull out my love deck. Give me a second. Where are you at, babe? We're going to go with my what's the vibe today. So let's ask about Chandy's marriage. Okay, Spirit, give us some cards and some revelation and some truthful wisdom. Thank you, Spirit. All right, my question is about Chandy's marriage. What does she need to know about her marriage, Spirit? Thank you for the question and the opportunity Shandi. Okay, already we have Two-Faced in reverse. So either someone was two-faced and they're feeling guilty about it, so they're not doing it anymore. We have Heartbroken in the reverse. There's some healing. We have Overthinking in the reverse and Hater in the reverse. So it looks like your marriage is going to start taking a turn. Spirit, why is there this block there? Like, I understand things are turning around, but what's the root cause, Spirit? What's the root cause of this? Okay, well, first of all, remain hopeful, okay? Keep, There's a picture that you like to look at. Spirit's saying to go look at it. Okay? Siri, stop. Let me pull out another card before I get into these cards that are in reverse. All of them are in reverse. I see a car reversing. I see a car that was about to go off a cliff, and there's a family in it, and the mom turns to the dad and says, "Babe, there's a cliff." And he slams on the brake and he turns the car sideways, and instead of the car turning sideways, it keeps spinning. But the way it spins, it ends up in a 360, like it's going to go back the way it came, and the cliff is behind them now. I don't know how that speaks to you, but Spirit doesn't want me to explain. Spirit wants me to let you receive the revelation, because there's some particulars that I can't get into. But know that your situation is turning around. I don't know if it's for all situations, but this specific situation is turning around, you know, and somebody's asking why. Why did this happen? Why? Spirit's saying you don't have to know everything. Today's lesson was about forgiveness. If you simply forgive yourself for being angry at this person, or whatever went wrong, or whatever you feel like is being done wrong to you, and you open up that forgiveness, then that's why you have to fight for this. That's why things are going on, because Spirit's trying to teach you to stop letting yourself torment yourself when things aren't going right. Sometimes people have bad days. Sometimes people make mistakes. Sometimes people need to be allowed the space to grow. And when you're a partner, it's not all about you. Sometimes, even though we're hurt, sometimes even though we're the vulnerable one, Spirit, it's required of Spirit for us to allow our partner the space to grow, just like they allowed us the space to grow. You know, I'm going to give an example. It's hypothetical. Like, let's say I used to be with someone and I'm jealous. I'm really jealous. And so every time they go to their best friend's house who's same sex, I think there's something going on. And I keep starting this problem with them. And I don't forgive them. And time goes on and we forget about it. And then later on down the road, this lady comes and looks like this person. And so it triggers me. And I start attacking my partner. You see how that starts working because you're not forgiving? That's kind of what Spirit's showing me in this scenario. You can't point the blame. If you want the problem to resolve, yes, stop exhausting yourself. Move in your feminine energy. Take authority. Use your integrity to get yourself out of this rut. Use the power that Spirit's giving you as the Empress. Use your divine power to sit on your throne, to remember who you are, to exude the beauty and the strength of all that is you, because Spirit's telling me that this isn't something that's going to break it up. This isn't something that, this is an ignored problem. This is an ignored problem. This is something that's been festering. So, Spirit's saying it's not something that's going to ruin you if you don't want it to. What are you doing to take action? Are you daydreaming all day about the bridges burning? Because what you think you attract, what you feel you attract, what you know you are. So if you quote unquote know your bridge is burning, guess what, babe? Your bridge is going to burn. If you quote unquote know that you're daydreaming about the negative, about making up scenarios that you don't even have concrete proof on, babe, your bridge is going to burn. It's called self-sabotage. And usually the trick of finding that is blame. When you're blaming someone else for everything, when you're requesting of them to make everything right, that's when you need to be like, wait, like, who do I think I am? Wait a minute. Maybe I should get back to my Queen of Wands energy, because that's what makes them attracted to me, and that's what makes them soft with me. Maybe if I answer with a soft tongue, it'll break the loudness in our relationship. Maybe if I smile instead of being angry when they come home late, maybe they can pull the roses out from behind them instead of throwing them in the trash because I hurt their feelings by cussing them out. Those are examples, you see? And so I'm going to get to your reverse cards in a minute. But Spirit, give me one more card to drive the point home, to help Shandy understand her side, because we can't control other people. All we can do is manifest. All we can do is work on ourselves to get ourselves in a position to receive what it is that we deserve. And so, thank you, Spirit. Yeah, thank you for the confirmation. I felt like a big brother. I felt like I was getting on your case, but Spirit actually is letting you know, take responsibility. You see the hands reaching out for each other? Just be silent, Shandy, and grab their hand. Don't say nothing. Spirit's asking you to actually just grab their hand and look at them, and you don't have to say anything. You can forgive people that way too. You can let them know you need help and forgive them simultaneously too. You can let them know, hey babe, this is really heavy on my heart. I'm tired. I don't understand why I want to cry right now. I don't understand why the last couple of years have been through like this. I love you with all my heart. I don't want to ever be separated from you. Babe, please, what can we do to fix this? Are you willing to help me help us? Are you willing to, like, figure it out? Because I'm not here to yell at you, and I'm not here to judge you or put shit in your face. What I want to do is actually, talk to you. Like, we're in this together. It's me and you, babe. What happened? Where did that path go? Give me your hand. I need to feel connected to you. I need to know that this illusion in my mind is not real. When you tell someone that, they're going to do everything in their power to either get away from you because they're in a lying spirit, or, believe it or not, they're going to actually listen to you. They actually love you. Stop believing the lie that it's too late. It's not too late. What's happening is Spirit is holding on with you and allowing you to get to a place, allowing you the space to grow, to get to a place of strength, to move in forgiveness. And first forgive yourself. You need to stop allowing yourself to be judgmental too. Like, just forgive yourself for being judgmental, for being prideful. And I know I'm talking a lot, but I'm being led by Spirit to just remind you that this is kind of a two-faced behavior as well. It's like, I love you with all my heart, but my anger is showing you something different. So let's bring balance to that. If you feel like they've been being a two-faced, Spirit is telling me they're probably not. There's probably other things going on that maybe you guys need to have a talk about. I don't know how good you are at communication in your relationship. I don't know how long you've been in there, but Spirit's telling me there's healing. The heartbreak it's healing even now. You're overthinking. And there may be haters or people putting things in your head, but Spirit's bringing that to an end. I don't know if you talk to someone else in your family or a friend about your relationship, but stop. They're not your counselor. This says counseling. They're not your counselor. They're putting you in a needy state when they do that. Okay? They're gambling with your emotions. They don't belong in your relationship. The only person that belongs in your relationship is you and your partner and God, Spirit, Source. That's it. Okay? This is Spirit's revealing to you right now. This is the stem of the problem. Stop telling people what's going on when you're hurt. Stop telling people what bothers you, because the enemy then begins to send agents to afflict and infect your environment to make what you're thinking real. See, spirits can't do anything to you until you react or you give them something so that they can manifest tangibly. So like if you pick up a crack pipe, they're going to bring you crack. That's a horrible example, but it's extreme. So that you can understand the taintedness of it, the evil of it. You see, so please, I'm not calling you a big mouth or a gossip. A lot of us were raised. To this day, I still tell my mommy everything. I tell her everything. And there's some things I'm learning. There's some things Spirit's like, nah, you don't need to tell her that. This is something you need to keep between you and old dude. You know, like, this is your thing. So, anyways, back to the point. Boop, sorry. Back to the point. Don't talk about your problems to everyone. That's what Spirit and Source is for. If you need counseling, if you need someone outside to vent to, counseling is amazing. They don't get in your business. They don't tell you what to do. Okay? They don't try to interject. What they do is allow you space to grow. Okay, so that's... No. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. Okay. Girl, we got one thing. I don't know why envy came out. But I'm trying to ask Spirit, wait, why is envy here? Let's get to that in a minute. But there's hopeful. There's good vibes. There's the now in the moment. And there's glow up. There's hope for you coming here. I feel like you're going to actually take this to heart and actually take what resonates with you and apply it. So I'm proud of you, Shandy, because look, babe. Look, babe.